Welcome to my review of a gorgeous gentleman's knife, the LionSteel Opera. The name LionSteel has become synonymous with high-end and high-tech knives, mainly because of the success of the SR1 and the tie spine. But let's not forget one of LionSteel's classic knife models, the Opera. The Opera is a collaboration work with Max Design, and like any other LionSteel knife, it is made in Magnago, Italy. The Opera comes in two different sizes, and it is available with several different handle materials. This is the smaller version of the Opera. The big Opera is quite a substantial folding knife with an overall length of 21 centimeters and a blade length of 8.8 centimeters. This Opera is significantly smaller. The closed length is 102 millimeters. The total length is 177 millimeters. The blade length is 74 millimeters and the blade thickness is 3 millimeters. The weight comes in at 67 grams and 82 grams respectively. For a size comparison, here is the Victorinox Cadet, and here I've got the Spyderco Delica 4. As you have probably already noticed, I have got two Operas, because I would like to show you the different characters of this knife model. The overall shape and design is identical, but let's take a closer look at the differences. Most obviously, the handle materials are different. These handle scales are made of olive wood. And this is brown G10 with a nice grippy texture. And there are even more options. I'm not sure about the availability, but I've also seen Operas with orange and green G10 scales. As for the more traditional handle materials, there are versions with cocobolo wood and buffalo horn. The next difference is the pivot screw. It is visible and directly adjustable on the G10 version. However, on this model, the pivot screw is hidden under the wooden handle scales. I guess mainly because of aesthetic reasons. Another major difference between these models is the opening mechanism. The olive wood Opera doesn't have any. It's a two-hand opening knife. The brown G10 Opera comes with ambidextrous thumb studs. And finally, please note the different carry options. The G10 model comes with a pocket clip, which is right side tip down only. This version of the Opera doesn't have a pocket clip. However, it comes with this little leather pouch. It's a simple pouch or sheath with a belt loop. The pouch matches quite nicely with the small leather lanyard the olive wood model comes with. Although they are basically the same knife, the differences considerably affect the character of the Opera. They are both beautiful gentleman's folders. However, you could say the G10 model is rather suited for the rugged gentleman, whereas the olive wood Opera is suited for the more traditional gentleman. You could actually carry it with a suit when heading for an evening at the Opera. And this could be a nice backup knife if you're going for a hike, for example. Now let's take a look at the features both knives have in common. First of all, they are both lockback knives. If you're a fan of the boy dent, I have to disappoint you, there is none. If you don't know what the boy dent is, don't worry, you don't need it. The lockup is very solid on both knives. No blade play at all. The in-handle retention is well adjusted. Speaking of the handle, it provides a full four-finger grip for a medium-sized hand like mine. As I already mentioned, the G10 is very nicely textured. The stainless steel liners are skeletonized. You probably can't see this, but large portions of the liners are milled out. The handle comes with a lanyard hole, or rather an eyelet. As for the blade steel is D2. D2 is a tool steel with a high chromium content, which gives it some stainless properties, although D2 is not classified as a stainless steel. So it needs a little bit of attention and maintenance. The blade shape is a classic drop point design. The satin finished blade is hollow ground, and both knives came razor sharp out of the box. There is a little bit of jimping on the spine of the blade and on the back spring, but since it is very subtle and flush with the liners, it is not very effective. On the other hand, the jimping isn't really needed. I guess you wouldn't want to use these knives for really heavy cutting tasks anyway. All in all, the Opera is a very elegant gentleman's folder, both in the rugged version as well as in the more traditional version with wooden handle scales. The fit and finish is top notch, exactly what one would expect from LionSteel. And last but not least, the LionSteel Opera is a very affordable knife. I hope you enjoyed my review. Thanks for watching. Take care.